Welcome back everybody, back again in another update video. It's a long time since I made another video about the updates on the plugins I make. Be advised, I have a very busy time. This is mostly the last update for the upcoming days, not weeks, not months, days, because I'm moving from location to location, so that's about that. Well, I'm here just because there is another update. It's because I made the update for the Park Manager, and this thing here, this whole wall of things that we have here and back here, because there are more things, they are all gonna be gone in the next videos. Yes, you know why? Because I am using Trello, a new system online which you can react to things I do, as well follow my planning on what to do and what not to do and what is a bug and etc etc. Anyways, let's continue on. If we find a bug in this video, I will fix it before release, so don't worry at all. I've tested it like 20 times, so you never know what's gonna happen. Anyways, this is my Bitcubes land. As you might know, people can always join it to see the plugin in action. But first of all, let's start up with the first thing, and that's the smartphone. In this version, everybody gets his own phone number. It's randomly generated. Nobody can have the same phone number. You can also say the phone owner, the battery, the Wi-Fi 4G connection, and what you need to do to access it. The battery and Wi-Fi is not being used at the moment, and 4G also not being used at the moment. Why? It's because that's for another update, because it took a lot of time to make everything like it's supposed to. So let's go over the changes. First of all, the commands are removed and blocked. So to be short, everything is done by phone. So you can either use the item, or if the item is disabled on the server, you can do /park to open your own smartphone. I'm the park owner, so I can see all these items, but as a normal member, you can not see the admin button in the GUI, so that's something you might note. These ones doesn't do anything. They can be filled with anything, and this one shuts down the phone. It's like a small kind of Samsung phone or Apple phone or whatever you want to call it. First off, we have the contacts list. I have 3 already in it. These 3 players I've tested. This is the contact list. It's a grid of 3 by 3, and more pages can be found with these 2 buttons, but they are disabled because I just have 3. You can click Add Contact to go in addition mode, and then if somebody else is in the same add mode and you hit that person or he hits you, you get added to each other's phone. So it's not a way that people can get your phone number from somewhere and add yourself. Anyway, if I click on something like Hitch Killer, for example, I can call him if he's online. Then he can hear a sound, and we can hear a sound too, like real dial sounds. And when he picks up, it's a private chat between you and him, and nobody else can hear it. You can also send an offline message, and you can also remove him from contacts. So that's the contacts feature on the phone, because I wanted to make it more real, so that's why the phone is there. Then we have the Park app, where we go to later on. We have the App Store, which is for the server owners, because they can program any app in this GUI here. I have by default that a say hello function. So you can change the title, the description of it, and the commands it executes when somebody opens that app. For example, if I click this one, it lets the server say hi in the chat, as you can see. So that's something memorable in the App Store. The messages is for all the messages sent to you. You will get them in this GUI, and you can watch them and browse them and delete them if you do not want to need it anymore. Then you have the settings menu, where you can find the Wi-Fi and the mobile data settings. They both doesn't do anything yet. It doesn't save it in your phone already, but it's not being used by anything yet, so it's basically nothing. And reset back to default will reset these 2 settings back to the default ones. Okay, next up is the browser. The browser opens different websites you can program in. For example, your website, the donation store of your server, the park website if you have a separate website for it. or a world map link. You can put them in there, and people, when they click it, they will get the chat message here in the left of the chat, and when I click it, they will get the thing. And what's also nice, it says click here to open, and when you click it, open URL, our website will be showing so that they know which one it is. So if you click more than one, you know what it is. So that's the browse option. And let's go to the Park app. First one is what you already knew. I get the suggestion to change the slime blocks to emeralds, which I done. As you can see here, we have green for active, maintenance, and closed. And you can see here everything is in it with their own ID, and when there are more pages, you can browse the pages. Then we have the show page, where you can see the 3 shows. They will do nothing more than nothing and closing the page, but you know then which shows are available on the server. And possibly later on it will show the status of the show as well as the location. Anyways, next to it is the staff, which we'll go to later. You have the online tickets like before. The Park Online functionality is disabled because you can see the Park Online server is down. Once the Park Online add-on is finished, you can click that one to get access to more functionality, so that you know that one. And then you have the VIP. For those who have the VIP tag, can get the food and drinks pack or the 10 golden ticket pack currently once a day. So if I click the golden ticket pack, I get a golden ticket thing here with my UUID, etc, etc. But I cannot get it again, not even the other one. It does it once a day. So that's something you might know. Next to the Park app is the staff. Normally in the normal app you had the normal staff menus, but now you have the in separate menu. If you are engineer, you can turn on build mode, because there is now an anti-grief feature inside the plugin. Once enabled in the configuration, nobody can build or destroy anything on the server, unless they turn on build mode, which they can only do if they're a park owner or engineer. So that you will know that that player has access to it. They can turn it on, turn it off, and when they leave it will auto turn off. You can also remove your own seat belts, and you can also toggle an attraction to maintenance mode from the GUI as well. Next thing to note is the security. When you click here, you can type a name of the player, and then you can see the normal security menu of mine that I made beforehand. So you can click a payout of a park, etc, etc. That's what that one does. And the last one is the manager, which has manage attractions like normally. Open and close attractions is now in its own menu. Then you have the TP to manage your lobby for the lobby functionality, and manage shows is something new. For example, if I do let's do it, then you can start the show directly or end it directly, so start stop functionality, or you can set a time. The set time is also in the GUI. Once you click it, you can see that I have 0 minutes 1 second, and when I click the plus icon, I add minutes, I remove minutes, add seconds, remove seconds, and this is the show name. You can cancel your request or you can set the time, so that you know it. It doesn't save anything until you click set time. The signs are now not limited globally, but per show at all. So you can add multiple signs for the same show and they all will update on its tow status. For example, over here I have the fireworks show. Sorry for that 00. I made a mistake earlier on. I did not fix it yet. Anyways, when you move to here, barrier blocks. You can see here I have the fireworks show again. See? And up here in my control room for my park, which nobody can reach, if you look right there, there is another fireworks sign there. All 3 have the same status on it. So that's how that one works. What's also notable is the new admin menu. This admin menu includes creating of attractions, editing attractions, listing of all attractions, changing the settings of the server, adding facilities, the park status, park closed, park open, the show builder, the show manager, and create a new show. These functionalities will all be in GUIs, and if it needs something in chat from you, it will ask you about it. So for a basic test, let's add an attraction to show you the new attraction addition system. I have a train station here. It's not done yet, but will be later on. But I can already, well, what is he doing? uh, station Aqua. Let's call it Aqua. Anyways, I've already made oak fence gates. Those are gates from the attractions, as you might know from earlier versions, and the sign is already there. There is no management position here, so I do not need to set it, but if it's needed, it can be placed. Anyways, let's continue on. Over here we have the entrance, so let's go to smartphone, click on admin, click on create, and oh, whoa, my Discord is on.
Wait, hold on, one question.
Quit. Okay. Sorry about that. And first of all, when you do this, you can type a name and stand on the position where the entrance of the attraction is. So do not stand inside the attraction area, but in front of it. Then type the name, for example, Station Aqua. And when you're done with that, it changes your items in your hotbar to the build mode. The first one here is the attraction settings thing. It's currently set on change name. You can also change the location of the spawn point with this item. I do not need to do it now by default. Add gate to attraction, simply hitting both gates, and now they are added. With this one you clear the gates from the configuration file. With this one I can click this here. So now the sign is added to the configuration file. For the park zone, which is new, you can right click it and add the park zone for it, so typing a name for the zone. It's in. It's by default, it's set to default, and it's not being used right now more than information on the DIN map functionality. But if you do not use it, it's not used already. So then we have the ticket check. The ticket checker is in two ways possible. The first one is by right-clicking the ground where we are, but let me just move one item over and create some space here. Let's do it here. Yeah, gonna do it here. Anyways, as you can see, you can move the items in your inventory, but you cannot drop them. That's blocked. Anyways, we have here the ticket checker. When I right-click here, it automatically creates the ticket machine here. The orientation is a bit of a trouble here. It always looks that way, but I tried to fix it before release, but don't worry, it's not necessary here. You can always delete this top part and rotate it and place it back again. When you press shift and place right click this, then the pistons underneath here will be created. But as you can see here, I have a problem with the railroad underneath it. So I need to fix that one myself. Anyways, it will place two pistons for the gate system. They will normally look up, but currently there is a bug. I didn't restart my server yet, so for the next fix for that. So I will fix that before release, of course. So that's how this one works. And as you can see here, the sign is also fell down because it does not have standard. So keep in mind that you need some space here to do that. Okay. Where is that other thing? Oh, here it is. Then you have the manager spawn point. It's as simple as right-clicking and placing the block, and it sets the point. When you're done with all this, you can right-click this one on the ground, and it saves and exits this mode. Now you can simply delete all these items out of your inventory by command or by dropping them in destroy item. Normally it will restore the inventory, but I can't get that function to work yet because I wanted to release this update because like 93% of the functionality is working. So I thought let's just do it, and I will note it as bugs that the inventory is not restored. But why would you restore an inventory if you are creating an attraction? So that's something you might know. So I do not have a smartphone, but I can reconnect and get it, or I can do /park to get the UI again. Well, edit is basically the same as create. You type the name in as an existing attraction. If you fail at it, you can try again. And it will open up the builder again. Then you have the list. It will show a list of all the attractions with their status in your chat here. With currently status true means it's active, false, it's down, or under maintenance. So that's one or other. Then you have the settings panel where you can change a lot of settings. I will not go over them. You can click on more settings to go to the second page with even more things. And even more things, but I will not go over them all individually. You can take a look at it yourself. Okay, and where is my buttons? Oh, here it is. Then you have the facility manager, which is brand new, by the way. You can create restrooms, information kiosk, and Wi-Fi spots on your DIN map and in the park. Simply click on it and it will edit using the system. And you can also change the zone it's in, toggle the maintenance of it, like a simple attraction, but it's at its own category. So that you can order them to work. Like in a normal park, you have restrooms everywhere. Well, you can do it here too and show them on DIN map if you like. The toggle park status is very simple. I just clicked it and now the park is closed. And when I click it again, it's open again, as you can see. And now I can walk in again in my park without being moved to the spawn. Well, anyways, that's a lot of things. The show builder is also known. Take a look at my other video to show about the show builder. The show manager is simply the same as the for the managers, but then in the admin panel, so you can start or end those shows. And the create new show button, if you click it, it will ask for a name and it will create a new show at your location, and then you can control it from the buttons beside it. What's also noticeable in this new version is that the fireworks show is automatically added to the list. So if I go to the manage show, you can see that the fireworks show is already in it. And if I start it in like set time, you can see it's already on 5 minutes and 0 seconds. You cannot change this. It's hard coded because it has a special announcer. And when I click it, you can see in the chat the fireworks show is about to start in 5 minutes. And underneath it, you see a private message that starts in 5 minutes. And then when I take a look at the firework display sign here, you can see it's counting down. And when it starts, I added the points here. So they will launch fireworks everywhere. Well, that will cover the park things right now. If there are any suggestions, any bugs, anything, note them in the discussion area. Do not leave bad ratings because something is not working. Just report it to me. I will fix it up. So do not report bug reports and such in the review section. Go to the discussion section. Go to my website where you can also live chat with me if needed. You can always join my TeamSpeak account or my TeamSpeak server on ts3.mcgsoft.eu to get in touch with me. You can always private message me in speeches as well if you need some personal help with a thing. I'm happy to help everyone that has problems, but note that I'm a bit offline the upcoming days due to me. I'm moving from house to house. You know how it is to move. So that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Good luck!